Got invited down to beautiful but scorching hot South Texas. It's surreal to leave a city of millions, drive deep into the hill country where you may not pass another human being for 15 minutes. My favorite part of the drive is the last 20 minutes to get from the main road literally to the last house on the unpaved road. I arrived a few hours before sunset. This is Caretaker, a domesticated feral cat that now rules the house. This is Rufus, a very social mule that the landowner acquired earlier this year. As dry as it's been, this property looks really good considering the lack of rain in the past 50 days that's been over 100-degree temperatures. With this Texas heat, I didn't head out for my first hunt until 10:30 p.m. I hunted a creek where I had great success in the past. 5 minutes into the call, this fox came rushing in. I wasn't given permission to shoot foxes, so he got a pass. I was amazed watching him walk right into the call. This thermal is a Halo X35 and I'm roughly 80 yards away. The second fox came in a few minutes later, chasing the first fox out. He was more precautious of the call and kept his distance. The next morning, the bucks were out early. They are young but look healthy. This property and livestock is well taken care of. It seems like wildlife is in perfect balance from creatures wanted and unwanted.
It's a black light. It's like, I think I paid like $7 for 2 of these off of Amazon.
That's wicked, dude.
Yeah, and look, check this out.
Is there another one?
Yeah.
Why don't you get a little closer?
Huh?
Why don't you get a little closer? The deer comfortably feed right next to the house 2 times a day. And of course, Caretaker reminds us who's in charge of this place. This evening, I decided to head out around midnight. The landowner told me hogs were always on the pasture. I decided to use my convergent hunting solution call. This boar charged in less than 5 minutes. And just like that, the first hog with the 125 grain hammer HHT bullet was down. The night prior, I could hear 3 different coyotes spread out roughly about 500 yards apart. I positioned myself next to a bale feeder, knowing I could potentially take a long shot. These coyotes are super aggressive and intelligent. Using my Primos Alpha Dog collar, I used the territorial call. One coyote came rushing in, instantly barking, but would not break the tree line. I could literally hear him rushing up and down this tree line. A few minutes later, a second coyote came in for the challenge to my left. I quickly switched over to my fawn in distress. The second coyote showed just enough of himself for me to spin him into the dirt. On my way back to the house, I could hear a sounder but could not see them. I booted up my convergent hunting solution call a second time. I'm not sure I actually needed it. I sat down on the ground and could barely see the sounder. I took a risky shot through the brush, but I could hear it dirt dancing to its death. Finally, I decided to sit out a bit longer and watch the feeder. This baby raccoon kept me company. This massive porcupine was also feeding less than 15 yards from me. The first hog was shot at roughly 135 yards. The tipless hammer bullet entered the left chest at 2,641 feet per second and exited the right rump of the hog, completely passing through the entirety of the boar. He weighed roughly 90 pounds and didn't make 25 yards. The coyote was shot at roughly 110 yards. The final hog was shot less than 75 yards. This broadside shot was through and through, and it was recovered where it dropped. The morning I departed, it was an incredible 75 degree. There were deer moving everywhere. Baby, mama. Getting to test the new 125 grain hammer HHT bullet was awesome, but experiencing wildlife, domesticated animals, and friends will be my greatest takeaway. All of them go,